Hey, I'm looking for some updates. This is from a broker's perspective. So, a broker came and said, "Well, how can I compare my book of business or a sample account that I have?" So, these are just some assumed numbers. So this is Value Broker LLC. The thing I was looking at, articulating, kind of adding to this is the single premium is showing the 78th percentile. So, that's less expensive than 22% of firms. And then the plan value is above. So, the conditional probability. So this would essentially be 1 minus 0.78 times 1 minus 0.58 to say the kind of the holy grail is to have low premiums and high plan value. Now, if you were to see kind of a visualization of this, there's kind of two forms that I'm playing around with. One is just, and this is just me kind of free thinking. So if you were to see randomly the probability of being in the top 10% for both would be zero point 0.1 times zero point 0.1, which is 1%. And then you can follow from here. So if someone is in the top quartile for both, it's not just they're in the 75th percentile. It's they're essentially reaching for two different metrics. So I did that, and I actually ran the actual numbers on all large firms, all small firms, and then all firms represented in the benchmarking data. And this is what I've got. So as a kind of a rule of thumb, you can just kind of use the math, the algebra, which is the green line, which is one way to do it. The other way is to kind of show, maybe you click on something and then you get kind of a scatter plot. The goal is to be in this thing, kind of be in the top 25% here, or maybe it's to be in the top 50%. But it essentially shows you these quadrants. These are pretty dispersed. And this particular grid's for six large employers, so it's 600 data from 600 firms. So again, the premium is what you pay, the plan value is what you get. There's obviously nuances. There's network, etc. But it kind of adds a little bit more detail. So if you can, double click, if you will, and see that when those gauges are firing, those two particular are firing in a certain direction, it's good to kind of have an understanding of one, the rarity of that, or the opportunity. So I'm just kind of getting some feedback from users, and I'd love to know your thoughts.